This tiara was born from envy and greed, a copy that split two great empires and turned sisters into sworn enemies. Behind its creation lies a shameful conspiracy of 365 aristocrats, cruel revenge lasting a century and a half, and a curse that haunts the British crown to this day. 4 queens, 1 stolen idea, and a secret that could have changed the course of history. Stay until the end. The most shocking revelation awaits you in the finale. Picture this: 1888, London buzzing with festive excitement. The Prince and Princess of Wales are preparing to celebrate their silver wedding anniversary, 25 years of marriage. But behind the glitter of the royal court hides an awkward truth. British aristocracy is facing a financial crisis. High society finds itself trapped by its own ambitions. How do you present a worthy gift to the future King Edward VII and his wife when your own purse strings are stretched thin? Many aristocrats have already started hunting for American heiresses to save their ancestral estates from ruin, but court etiquette demands lavish gifts, and reputation won't allow appearing cheap. That's when 4 influential ladies decided to rewrite the rules. The Marchioness of Salisbury, wife of the Prime Minister himself, wielded perfect political connections. Maria, Marchioness of Aylesbury, represented the opposition Liberal Party and was known for her sharp wit. They were joined by the Countess Spencer and Countess Cork, each with their own circle of influence. Together they founded a committee called the Ladies of High Society. Brilliant idea. Pool the resources of hundreds of aristocrats. Each contributed a small sum, but together they could afford a truly royal gift. What's more, the ladies decided to show diplomatic wisdom. They approached Princess Alexandra directly about her preferences. Alexandra's answer surprised everyone with its unexpectedness. The princess dreamed of a tiara exactly like her elder sisters, Russian Empress Maria Feodorovna. Her sister wore a magnificent diadem resembling a kokoshnik, a traditional Russian headdress shaped like a shining halo. This ancient symbol of Russian femininity had been transformed in imperial hands into a real wall of diamonds. Maria Feodorovna mounted her tiara on a rigid fabric base, which emphasized the majestic kokoshnik shape and created a sun crown effect. Alexandra was enchanted by this Russian luxury and wanted her own version of the imperial headdress. The commission went to the workshops of legendary firm Garrod, court jewelers to the British crown. The craftsmen accepted the challenge and created a true masterpiece of white and yellow gold. 77 separate bars, each set with diamonds using the pavé method, formed a magnificent fringe. More than 400 precious stones sparkled in golden settings, creating the effect of frozen rays of light. The bars varied in height, the longest positioned at front, gradually decreasing towards the back. But the true genius lay in transformation. The tiara could be removed from its base and worn as a separate fringe. The piece came with a luxurious case and album containing autographs of all 365 women who donated funds. The final cost reached a dizzying £4,400 sterling. When the tiara was ready, a real scandal erupted in the committee. Who would have the honor of presenting the gift to the princess? Georgina Salisbury considered herself the natural candidate. Her husband held the post of Prime Minister. But Maria Aylesbury objected. The idea of creating the committee belonged to her, plus she was older and more influential. Behind personal ambitions lay serious political disagreements. Salisbury and Aylesbury represented warring parties and held opposite views on the Irish question, the most painful topic in British politics of that time. The battle for presentation rights became a miniature copy of the greater political war. Lady Aylesbury claimed victory. On the morning of March 10, 1888, she arrived at Marlborough House for the ceremonial presentation. but the celebration was overshadowed by tragic news. The day before, German Emperor Wilhelm I had passed away, father-in-law to the Prince of Wales's elder sister. The entire royal family dressed in deep mourning. Instead of a grand celebration, a subdued ceremony took place. Lady Aylesbury read an address on behalf of all project participants, then presented the tiara to Princess Alexandra. 365 women held their breath awaiting the future queen's reaction. A month later, the Australian newspaper Sydney Morning Herald published an intriguing description of the new ornament. Journalists noted the tiara's oval shape and possibility of wearing it on head or neck. They described in detail the row of straight bars decreasing from center to edges, and highly praised the diamond quality, especially the large stones in front. But the tiara's first serious appearance at a royal event came 5 years later, at the wedding of Alexandra's second son, the Duke of York, and Princess Mary of Teck in 1893. Portraits from that day revealed a technical problem. The fringe bars fit loosely, with noticeable gaps between them. Alexandra had to use an additional ornament, possibly a bracelet, to hold the construction together. 2 years later, the problem was solved dramatically. Garrod craftsmen constructed a new self-adjusting frame that perfectly secured all tiara elements. But Alexandra also made her own design changes. Researcher Hugh Roberts discovered that at some point, 16 of the smallest bars were removed from the construction. This transformed the 77-element tiara into a 61-element piece, but the total diamond count increased to 488 stones. Likely the freed gems were used to decorate the remaining bars. After Alexandra's coronation in 1901, the press called the kokoshnik one of the most beautiful ornaments in the royal collection. Journalists dubbed it the Russian tiara, or sunburst tiara. But the most surprising discovery was that Alexandra shared her treasure with loved ones. Research by the Royal Jewels of the World Forum proved that between 1888 and 1898, the princess's mother, Danish Queen Louise, was photographed wearing her daughter's tiara. Artist Josef Theodor Hansen even created a sculptural portrait of Queen Louise in the kokoshnik. This work still resides in the Amalienborg Palace Museum in Copenhagen. After Queen Alexandra's passing in 1925, the kokoshnik was inherited by her daughter-in-law, Queen Mary. How fitting that the tiara went to the very woman at whose wedding it first shone at royal level. Mary already owned 2 other fringe tiaras, her own modern piece and the historic Queen Adelaide tiara. But Alexandra's kokoshnik held a special place in her collection. In 1934, she posed for photographer Hay Wrightson's portraits, wearing the Russian tiara combined with the diamond Riviere necklace that had also belonged to Alexandra. 13 years later, for her 80th birthday, Mary again chose the kokoshnik for ceremonial portraits. In 1953, Queen Mary bequeathed the tiara to her granddaughter, the future Elizabeth II. For the young queen, the kokoshnik instantly became the centerpiece of her jewelry collection. Already in her first year of reign, Elizabeth repeatedly wore the Russian tiara during Commonwealth tours. Her appearance at Parliament's opening in Melbourne was especially memorable. During the 1957 North American tour, Associated Press described the ornament as quite a heavy headdress and brilliance of diamonds scattered like sunbeams. The kokoshnik became one of only 2 tiaras that Elizabeth II wore consistently throughout her 70-year reign. The second such constant ornament was the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The kokoshnik's popularity secret lay in its versatility. The diamond base perfectly complemented any precious stones. Hugh Roberts notes frequent use of the tiara with the diamond festoon necklace, but the Queen combined it with numerous other ornaments: the coronation necklace, ruby diamond V-shaped collar, Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee necklace, Brazilian aquamarines, George VI's sapphires, and most symbolically, Queen Alexandra's own Dagmar necklace. After Elizabeth II's passing in 2022, the kokoshnik became part of the vast collection inherited by King Charles III. But true continuity manifested through his wife. In December 2024, Queen Camilla first appeared publicly in the historic tiara, at a state banquet honoring the Emir of Qatar. This moment became symbolic. 136 years after its creation, the kokoshnik adorned the head of the fourth British Queen, continuing the dynastic tradition and confirming its status as one of the British Crown's most significant ornaments. Thus concludes a story that began with Victorian aristocrats' financial difficulties and became a legend about a tiara that united 4 generations of queens, 2 empires, and a century and a half of British history. The truth proved far more beautiful. No greed, only sisterly love and admiration for Russian culture. 365 women united not from conspiracy, but from genuine friendship toward the princess. Alexandra simply wanted to wear something reminiscent of her beloved sister. Isn't it amazing how one ornament can connect 4 generations of queens? Like this video if the story touched you. Subscribe to the channel. More royal secrets and family dramas await. Turn on notifications so you won't miss new revelations. See you in the next episode.